Namaste. Hi there, it's me, Stacey Lei, and this is Foxy Brown. Welcome to your yoga class. For today's session, if you have a yoga block, please bring it into your space. In today's class, we'll be using a yoga block just to give you a fresh new perspective on some of our traditional yoga exercises. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, don't worry about it at all. You'll be able to do all of the exercises without a block. Your options would be this. You can grab a box of pasta and use the box of pasta for a lot of our exercises. Of course, you won't want to sit on the box of pasta. You'll have rotini everywhere. So you can bring a box of pasta or a big book or a sofa cushion or all of those things into your space and then just see how it goes. Okay, the one piece of equipment you will need is your yoga mat, or you can use a carpet, whatever is best for you. Please be wearing clothing that lets you bend and stretch in all directions because we'll be doing that today. Okay, so come on into your space, and if you have a yoga block or a box of pasta, then take your feet hip distance apart and place the block in front of you. Now you can either hold it close like I am like this, or take it out wide. And that might be comfortable if you have wider shoulders. It's entirely up to you. Now, point your fingers up, your thumbs towards you, and take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Again, inhale. And as you exhale, just press in a little bit. So you could feel the strength and the intensity building in your arms, your chest, and your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, press in. So stay with your breath. All we're doing right now is shifting your attention and your perspective to your quiet space on your mat, to your breath, to your own physical body. Let's have one more deep breath in. And really take your time on your exhale. Now blink your eyes open. Please step your feet together. Take your block wide and reach your arms overhead with your thumbs pointed back. It's important that you tilt your tailbone under just a little bit and engage your abdominals, and I'll be using that cue quite a bit today. So press up and lengthen your elbows and make little circles on the ceiling. Focus on squeezing your knees together, squeezing through your inner thighs, and keeping your lower body quiet and still. Now take the circles in the opposite direction. And notice how you're not just moving your arms, but also moving your rib cage away from your hips. Now come into the center, and once again, engage your abdominals and keep your tailbone slightly underneath you. Press your thumbs back behind you and do your best to keep your arms straight. Now take it forward and bring it back down. Let's do it again. Take the block up, press back a little bit, and this time lift your eyes up. Come center and bring it back down. We'll do this one more time, okay? Lift your arms up, eyes on your block. Shift the block back behind you for a little bit of a back bend. Come back into the center and then back down. Deep breath in and a long exhale. Now turn the block so that it's tall and narrow and reach your arms up overhead again. Half moon to your left, so bend over to your left side, stretch through your right fingers, come back into the center and draw the block into your heart. Lift up, half moon to your right. So shift the block over to the right side. Feel the stretch from your left fingertips all the way down to your left hip. Come back into the center and bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Now lift your elbows up and press in, and then lower down. And let's lift and lower our elbows just a few more times. Now, if you are holding a box of pasta, obviously we don't want to press in too hard right now. But if you're holding the block, then press in deeply. Last time, elbows up and elbows down. Now tilt the block again. We're going to take this block around your head. So lift your elbows up, take it all the way around to the back of your head. Lift your elbow up and take it around to the front, right in front of your face. So lift up and around. Now, if your hair is all piled on the top of your head like mine is, you'll have to lift your elbow even higher. Take it around. And once again, we're just moving your rib cage. It feels good, doesn't it? Last time. Hold it in the center and bring the block down to your chest. Now push the block away and tuck your chin a little bit and feel as though you're really pressing the block as far away as you can. And now pull the block back and lift your chest forward. So push and pull. And tuck your chin and lift your chin. Let's do this 2 more times. Last round. And hold it back. And now lift the block up in front of your face. And now we'll move the block in the opposite direction, all the way up and around your head. We call this around the world. So you're just circulating and mobilizing your shoulders, your upper body, moving your rib cage. Let's do this 1 more time. And then hold it in the center, right in front of your heart, and push, tuck your chin, and pull. Push and pull a few more times. Tuck your chin and lift your chin. Now I invite you to close your eyes. Just notice how these movements feel. As you pull back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's have 2 more. Last time, let's hold this one back. Actually press the block into your chest. Squeeze your elbows far back. All right, let's start working on your posture. Just relax your shoulders down. Take the block behind you, just like this, so you're holding the edges of the block, and you'll keep your feet together. Now squeeze your knees in, and let's sit down into chair pose. So scoot your tailbone way back behind you. Keep your spine long, abdominals engaged. Now if you can, lift the block off your spine. Take a deep breath in, and a nice long exhale, draw your shoulders back. Let's do that again. Inhale, and exhale. Now stand up tall, take the block in front of you. Let's shift back up to mountain pose, and this time lift your heels up. Now you might find this to be a little bit challenging because we're holding the block. So balance is challenged a little bit here. Lower your heels down. Let's do it 1 more time. Keep the block overhead and just lift your heels up and test your balance in this position. Do your best to keep your face and your neck relaxed. And lower all the way down. Let's bring the block down in front of you. Okay, so we're going to start to move on to some balance exercises as well. If you feel more comfortable, you can practice close to your wall so that you can use that if you start to wobble. Okay, so let's keep our feet together. I promise we'll get to legs in a little while. Okay, so bring the block so that it's up vertically, tall, and lift your elbows high. Okay, sit down into chair pose once again, and then twist to your left. Now you can stay right here, just pressing into the block, gazing to the side of your room. If you'd like to take this a little further, then you can revolve 1 elbow up, 1 elbow down, and you can rest your right elbow on your left thigh. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. If you have chosen to revolve, return to the twist and return to me. Now stand up. We'll keep your block right where it is. Lift your left heel up. You can keep your foot there or lift your foot off your leg and then twist to your left again. If you're wobbling a little bit too much for comfort, then you could bring your toe right back down to the floor. Return back to me and flatten out your foot. Now take your feet very wide. Okay, so we'll place the block on one thigh just for now as you hinge forward. Keep your abdominals engaged, slide your tailbone back, and then place your block on the floor. Now you can keep it in position 1 or 2 or up to 3, whichever is easiest for you. To place your fingers on the block, and now bend your knees and then straighten out your legs. So your goal right now should be maintaining a long, supported spine. Keep your abdominals engaged. See if you can make your back flat like a tabletop. Okay, this time bring your legs to their straightest position and then slide your left hand to your rib cage and twist one more time to your left. If you feel secure, then lift your eyes and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale deeply. Okay, fold down to the center, bend your knees, pick up your block, keep your abs engaged as you hinge your body up. Let's practice that series on the other side. Bring your feet together. Block comes to your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press deeply into the block. Let's sit low into chair pose. So keep your heart lifted up. Your eyes kind of sparkly. Twist to your right side, please. You can stay right here. If you'd like to progress further, then revolve one elbow up, one elbow down, and then you would rest your left elbow onto your right thigh. If you are revolved, see if you can look up. Okay, now lift up, return to the twist. Return back to me. And then stand up. You'll keep your hands right where they are. Lift your right heel up. You can stay here if you like, or slide your foot up your leg and stay balanced here in pelican. Now take your time twisting to the right side. And if you're wobbling, just know it's okay. We all wobble sometimes. And now return back to center. Place your foot down and step your feet wide. Okay, remember there's 3 positions for your block, either 1 or 2 or 3, okay? So hinge forward with bent knees and then place your block on the ground in a way that it will help you feel supported. Bend your knees and then straighten your legs. Inhaling, exhaling every time you straighten out your legs. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm getting a really nice stretch in the back of my legs. That's one goal of this exercise. Okay, so if that's what you feel, you're doing it exactly right. So now this time, keep your legs as straight as you can. And then slide your right hand to your rib cage and twist to the right side. If you feel comfortable, look up towards the ceiling. Really enjoy that deep, deep twist. Okay, look down towards the block, fold back down, Bend your knees. Now, turn your toes out to the sides of the room. You'll continue to use this block as you lunge from side to side. And at this point, it might feel more comfortable for you to bring the block up to its highest position. Do whatever feels best for you. And then come back into the center. Keep your feet wide. Engage your abdominals. And you can step up one hand, one leg, and then the other side. And here we are in our goddess posture. Take your block wide out to the side. Reach the other arm out, and now flip your thumbs up. Now it's important for you to engage your abdominals here. You'll need to tilt your tailbone underneath you a little bit. As soon as you do that, your inner thighs will say hello. All right, bring the block into the center and pass it off to the other side. And we'll do this a few more times. We're just passing it off. Now, if you really want to take advantage of this exercise, see what happens when you close your eyes. If you feel a little bit too wobbly with your eyes closed, then keep them open. Okay, let's hand off. Keep the block in your right hand. Bring your left hand to your hip and straighten out your legs. Now pivot your left foot so that your toes are pointed towards me, and then bend your right leg. Here we are, the warrior two. So just hold the block on its edge right now. Feel like the block is an extension of you, and then gaze right beyond the block. A deep breath in and a long exhale. Okay, now take this block and place it on your thigh, and you'll rest your forearm right on the block. And this is the extended side angle. And you might notice if you practice this exercise regularly with me, you might find that it's a little bit easier to practice it with a block on your thigh. Reach from your fingertip all the way down to your foot. And then let's sweep your arm 2 big circles. That's 1, and that's 2. Okay, now grab your block. Take your time. Got it? Okay, and now place your block on the floor into its highest position. Position 3. Now take your time. See if you can straighten out your right leg. And then reach your top arm towards the ceiling. And look at this, here we are in triangle pose. Turn your head and gaze beyond your fingertips. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Okay, your top fingers fold down, bend your front leg, lift your block up, and reach with both hands. Now take the block with your right hand and open up to warrior two one more time. Turn your head towards me and let's sit into the goddess posture. Bring your hands into your heart and press into the block. Take a deep breath in. Let's practice this series on the other side, okay? So hold the block with your left hand out to the side. Right hand comes to your hip and stand up. Pivot your back foot. And here we go. Let's find the warrior. See if you can hold the very end of the block and extend the block out in front of you. And gaze beyond your hand, gaze beyond the block. Take one more deep breath in and a long exhale. Okay, now place the block onto your thigh. Your forearm comes to your thigh and you'll sweep your arm overhead. extended side angle. Reach from your fingertip all the way down to your right foot. Now let's sweep our arm in 2 big circles. Grab your block, place it down on the ground, and then take your time extending your front leg, triangle pose. If you're feeling comfortable, you can gaze beyond your fingertips. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Maybe you'll close your eyes for a second and just enjoy the power of this posture. Okay, blink your eyes open. Your top hand folds down to the block. Bend your front leg. Pick the block up and hold it. And then reach out again, the warrior 2. Okay, turn your head towards me, please. Pivot your right foot, goddess pose. Bring your hands in. Bring the block into your chest. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale, press into the block. Blink your eyes open and stand up. Okay, let's move the block away from your chest and just look down at your feet. Pivot your toes in. Then pivot your heels in. Pivot your toes and your heels just a few more times. All right, let's take a deep breath up and exhale. And just like that, we'll leave that series behind and move on to something new, okay? So now we'll take the block and place it on the floor. You want to place it so that it's long ways pointed towards me, okay? And now your foot might be bigger than my foot, okay? So arranging the block and practicing this next exercise, you'll really need to make it work for you, okay? Make sure that your heel is on the block. And if your toes are hanging off a little bit too much for comfort, then just move the block away and do this series without it, okay? All right, so now you'll bring 2 feet so that they're parallel, hands to your hips, and just practice standing on the block and balancing, and then coming back down. So a couple more steps, bending and straightening your leg. Once again, as I suggested before, you might want to practice this exercise close to a wall if you're feeling a little bit too wobbly. Okay, now stand on the block and turn your knee out and back in. Left knee turns out and in, and out and in. One more, take it out. Now slide your foot so that you feel kind of braced onto the block. And here we have the tree pose. If you feel very stable, you could lift your foot up. It's entirely up to you. Bring your hands to your heart, please. For a nice arm flow, push out, flip your palms up, sweep your arms up, bring your hands to your heart. Let's do this 2 more times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A deep breath in, a long exhale. Okay, turn your knee to the front and then step down. Now, let's practice this series on the other side. And you might notice that you have better balance on one side more than the other, right? So without any judgment, you're just observing how your body reacts. Let's make sure our heel is on the block, okay? And then step up and step down. Step up, practice your balance, and down. Okay, this time stand up and turn your knee out and in, your right knee out and in, out and in. And now secure your foot into the block, or you can lift your foot to your lower leg. Your hands come into your heart. Let's practice our arm flow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Okay, turn your knee to the front, lower yourself down. Now separate both feet, eyes up please, and support yourself on the way down. Pick up your block. Okay, now we're actually going to lower down to the ground and have a seat. So you'll use the block to help you get down to the ground, okay? Split your legs, and your front hand will come to your front thigh, and you can use the block to give yourself just a little bit of an assist as you come down to the floor. So there's no rush. Once you get down to the ground, get comfortable in a cross-legged position, and I'd like you to place the block behind you and then sit on the block. And then just bring your feet together for butterfly pose. And I really like using the block for butterfly because it gives us a little bit more room for our hips. Now, if you're noticing that your knees are up pretty high, then just place your hands on the insides of your legs and give some gentle assistance. Just press down a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And let's just settle in here. We'll take a few more seconds in this posture to let our hips open up. Releasing tension and stress. If you've closed your eyes, please blink your eyes open again. Okay, and now crisscross your ankles or your legs. So you could just simply crisscross your ankles like this, or bring your legs in a little bit closer to you. Please reach both arms all the way up, stretch up high. Now sweep your right hand down, deep side bend, and big cartwheel arms will go up and over to the other side. Let's take it to the right, stretch, and take it to the left. This is one of my favorite stretches. It feels good, doesn't it? Let's do this 2 more times. Stretch and look down, look up, look down. And we'll practice 1 more time. Lift up and look down. Last time, up and down. Stretch your arms out very wide. Press your thumbs back behind you. And just like we've been practicing throughout class, just tilt your tailbone just a little bit and engage your abdominals. So a little bit of support for your lower back. And now twist to your right. One hand comes to your knee or your thigh. One hand comes back behind you. Twist your shoulders to the side wall. Open up in the center. And now switch sides. Inhale, open. Exhale, switch. Inhale, open. Exhale, switch. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Return to center. Relax your arms down. Okay, the biggest stretch of the whole class. Extend your legs out into a straddle posture. Oh boy. Okay, now if you're feeling very flexible, you could take your legs out nice and wide. Otherwise, just bring your V a little bit closer. V, right? A little bit closer. Now wherever you are, I'd like you to point your feet and then flex your ankles. Let's do this 2 more times. Point and flex, point, flex and hold. Now press hard through your heels and sit up tall. Now with a long, supported, engaged torso, Bring your fingers forward and hinge forward just a little bit. I invite you to close your eyes once again. A deep breath in and a long exhale. Deep breath in and a long exhale. See if you can hinge forward just a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Hinge your body up, please, and blink your eyes open. Now let's crisscross your legs once again. And you'll stay right here on the block. Bring your hands to your heart. Now, if you've got a few minutes, I encourage you to sit here and just breathe with yourself. Take this time to acknowledge all the effort that you gave to this workout today, your deep breathing and your mindful awareness of yourself. Close your eyes, please, and say to yourself, self, I am so proud of you for showing up. Blink your eyes open. I'm so proud of you for showing up. I hope you had a good experience with me today. And I hope that you'll join Foxy and I the next time you choose to make it to your mat. Until then, it's me, Stacey Lei, signing off. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay vibrant. Namaste.